Hey buddy, Crow back again with another Pinball FX3 table. This time we're looking at the third table in Williams Pinball Pack number 3, Safecracker, which is bundled along with Theater of Magic and the Champion Pub for $9.99, at least in the US. And we're going to take a look at the last table here, Safecracker. So what we're going to see is some gameplay, some voiceover of things I have to say about the table. We have some comparisons, side-by-side comparisons between different modes, and even a comparison against Pinball Arcade. And then we'll see a game from the stream. May not be the best one. I don't know. We'll see what I wind up wanting to put in the video. So, yeah, let's move on. Alright, so here we are looking at some footage of a classic single-player game in the arcade setting. This is the PC version on Steam. This is being played in uncensored mode. Now, if you're playing this on a console, it may be censored with no way to uncensor it. That may be a feature they put in the future, but for right now, as far as I know, you can only play this censored on consoles. So if you're wondering why it may look different on consoles, that's why. And for the full game, you'll see later on in this video, it will be the same mode, except the enhancements will be on. And I need to mention that this table pack was given to me by Zen Studios when it was in the beta, and that kind of carried over to the full retail version. So in other words, I didn't pay for this. It was given to me by Zen Studios. So this is Safecracker, released in March of 1996, released under the Bally name. This was designed by Pat Lawler, and 1,148 of these machines were produced. And in this table, you take on the role of a band of thieves attempting to break into the bank's vault and make off with the loot. I personally consider this to be a hybrid machine of sorts because you start out playing pinball, but once you break into the vault, your focus needs to turn to the back box where you play a board game to make your way into the vault. It's a concept by itself that would stand this machine apart from other machines, but it really doesn't stop there. The machine is also significantly smaller in size from a standard pinball machine and uses primarily mini flippers, which can make the shots more difficult to aim for. And from what I understand, at the time this table was released, pinball machines were really starting to lose favor with arcade owners because in the space they could put one pinball machine, they could have two video game arcade machines. So Safecracker was designed as an experiment to be smaller to appeal more to arcade owners complaining about the space pinball machines took up. Another unusual feature with this table is that it dispenses magic tokens if the player manages to break into the bank's vault. It does this in the best manner possible by shooting it out of the back box and letting it roll down the glass of the table towards the player. There are 20 different magic tokens in total. Now, I've played this table quite a bit in real life, and the first time I actually won a magic token, I had no idea what was going on, and I was literally stunned when the machine shot a token out at me. What's more is that by inserting the magic token back into the machine, you'll get to play a special alternative version of the game called Assault on the Vault, which is a timed multi-ball only mode that you'll see later on in this video. And again, in real life, I ran across this completely on accident. After a time, I'd collected a fair number of magic tokens, but once I had no money on me and I wanted to play, I kind of wondered if the machine would take the magic token. And by my surprise, not only did it accept it, but it was an entirely different game. If the machine ever ran out of magic tokens, it would just keep track of them virtually, and you could choose to play Assault on the Vault at the start of any game, as long as there was one virtual magic token logged into the game. The interesting thing about the magic tokens in this Pinball FX3 version is that all 20 token designs are in the game, and as you earn them, they are set on the glass for display. But for each time you play Assault on the Vault, it uses one of those tokens. However, the main achievement for Safecracker is to earn all 20 magic tokens. But I find that description a bit inaccurate because what really activates the achievement is having all 20 magic tokens on the glass. So if you've been playing the Assault on the Vault mode, you'll have to earn back all those magic tokens again if you haven't already gotten the achievement. And just because I've gotten that achievement, here's a look at what all 20 tokens look like on the glass. Now let's look at the enhancements in this Pinball FX3 version. When looking at the table, the enhancements are all pretty subtle. There's an animated thief on the left side of the apron, and he'll exit through a manhole cover whenever you enter the game board. Other than that, there are some other animations that occur, like the electric sparks that show up on the playfield when the security system is disabled, and the explosions at the bank when TNT is detonated. Also some minor changes like the changing of the flippers to green, and of course the new sidewall art. But when the focus changes to the back box to play the board game, the thief will make an entrance related to how he entered the bank on the playfield, whether it be through the roof, the sewer, or the main entrance, and then he will react to situations encountered on the game board, like money raining down when an ATM bonus is awarded, getting electrocuted, thwarting a cyber dog, or eventually making his way to the vault and grabbing a huge pile of money. And that's about it. So coming up next will be some side-by-side comparisons, and then a full game that I played during the stream in single classic player arcade mode with the enhancements turned on, and then a second full game using a magic token to activate the Assault on the Vault mode. Alright, to start out with, we have a comparison of the Zen Physics on the left and the arcade setting on the right. What the Zen Physics is the standard single player mode. That is the standard Zen Physics. This is where you could use your power-ups and whatnot. And arcade setting is the single classic player mode, but with the arcade setting. So it's a bit more realistic. That's more realistic physics. It's the mode that most people want to play if they want to actually get a kind of a more true-to-life simulation. We've switched over here with the same Zen Physics on the left, and now the tournament setting on the right. That's still single classic player, but we've adjusted it for tournament settings. That is, the pitch is a little bit higher, so the ball moves a bit faster, and some of the settings on the machine have changed as well. So the ball's kind of like kind of a bad comparison right there because the ball wasn't moving, but you can see that the ball's moving faster now. But we're going to be switching over right now. The arcade setting on the left, the tournament setting on the right. Both of these are the single classic mode, so both of these it's really the same physics, but with different setting adjustments. So you can kind of see in the tournament setting, the ball moves a little bit faster. I'm sorry, it was really tough to get footage for these comparisons because the ball rarely stays in play a very long time. So it was kind of tough grabbing some comparison footage for this. But right now we're going to be switching over. Both of these are the Zen Physics, but really this is a comparison of with the enhancements off on the left and the enhancements on the right. And when I was mentioning things earlier on the enhanced mode, I kind of missed a couple things. There's an ATM machine way in the back. There's some donuts and coffee on the slingshots, and then there's some C4, I think, and there's some trash over by the thief himself. Really just kind of still all minor stuff, but just stuff that I overlooked initially when I did the voiceovers for that. And right now we're looking at a comparison of Pinball FX3 versus the old version in Pinball Arcade. Again, it really isn't updated for a long time. I know that somebody was making a comment that, you really can't compare it because the Pinball Arcade version is older. But still, it is older, but it's still no reason why you can't compare it. I mean, we know that the newer version is going to be better, but just, a reflection back on what the physics actually did look like. That's the arcade setting. Now we're switching to the tournament setting on Pinball FX3, but the same, it's really the same Pinball Arcade thing. But the thing that has really changed from the Pinball Arcade is the audio. And I never really mentioned it before because, I just never did. But in this table, it really stands out what the audio changes were. So before we're going to play the full game, I'm going to play like a scenario of winning a magic token in Pinball Arcade versus winning a magic token in Pinball FX3.
That was special.
We're almost in the vault. That sparkled.
And as you heard right there, I mean, that pretty much exemplifies how much better the audio is in Pinball FX3 versus Pinball Arcade. You heard how kind of tinny it sounded in Pinball Arcade, whereas in Pinball FX3, you had that booming bass, and everything sounded so much better and more satisfying. And it's like that primarily for all the tables, but here it really stood out, and I felt the need to really point it out in the video. But what we're going to switch to now is a full game I played in the single classic player arcade setting, and then following that, and a complete assault on the vault using a magic token.
Intruder alert. 45 minutes until area shutdown.
Lock him up! Okay, I'm gonna drain the ball. Can't play no more.
You are trespassing. You have been warned.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you for that.
Wheel and deal.
40 minutes until area shutdown.
That was slick.
Okay, disable the alarm. Okay, that's...
Wheel and deal.
Man, it's so funny. I always disable the alarms. When they're disabled, I never hit them.
Lock is lit.
Okay, that's good.
Keep going.
That was not a nice thing to do.
Head for the ramp.
Do I need to? I don't really need
Head
to.
for the entrance. Let's lock them up.
There we go.
Authorized access through main lobby.
What's my favorite release from Volume 3? It is this table, Safecracker.
We're in the bank. Hey, look up and play the
Ooh,
board
short.
game.
Short path.
Keep going.
In fact, I should have stopped a while ago. This is just for fun. Okay, I'll give it to him.
Thanks for the tip.
Don't give up.
Security guards have been notified of your presence.
Okay, don't want a 2 again. Watch him roll like a huge number, 5 or 6. 3. Okay, he hasn't got me yet. Nice! Wonder what would happen if I got into cow. So,
We're almost there.
nice, got it. Money, 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 money. And there is another magic token. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, see, the ones you don't use, they stack up over here. That's pretty cool.
I bet we can get some more time.
If I can get the ramp. There we go.
Whack the wheel.
Oh, I can't believe that didn't hit the wheel. I didn't hit the wheel enough. I can't believe I'm missing the wheel so many times. There it is. And I think that was it.
Your time is running out.
Is it now?
Let's lock 'em up. Attaboy.
Lock him up, he says.
Let's wheel and deal.
Looks like there was a cow. I don't know what would have happened if I would have gotten it.
That was not a nice thing to do.
There's a web page somewhere out there that it shows all the secret, or at least tells about all the secret cows in all the games.
Head for the ramp.
For your own safety, please leave the area immediately.
Ooh, the roof got activated again.
Let's lock 'em up. Beautiful.
All right.
It's a high security area.
Don't go get me your circuit
There we go. Back in the... 1, okay.
Authorized cash machine access.
5. Okay, don't want a 2 or a 4.
Security guards have been notified of your presence.
2, dog.
Computer-aided watchdog has been released. Please be careful.
Alright. Oh, come on. That should have been in there. Oh, man. I think the game is over. Thought I was going to get back in the board game again. Alright. Well, it's not too bad. It's just about on par as that other game I had, I suppose. So I think we'll do one more assault on Vault, and that'll be the end of the stream.
Hey! You there! Stop! Alright, you're coming with me.
Alright. Oh, this takes forever to get started up well. Because it is almost midnight here, and I should go to bed by midnight. Gotta wake up at around 6 or 6:30. Assault! Let's see if we can do better than we've done before. Jackpot! Jackpot! Jackpot!
45 minutes until area shutdown.
Almost jackpot.
Vault penetration is imminent.
Ooh, vault penetration. There we go. We got the vault.
30 minutes until area shutdown. 15 minutes until area shutdown.
That's 15 seconds.
10 minutes until area shutdown.
10 seconds. Jackpot.
5 minutes until area
5 seconds. Another. Vault's fine. And that's it. It's over. And that's another vault fine. I feel like this one was my best, but we'll see what the actual score is. Because I thought the last one was terrible, and it turned out to be my best. So let's see what I think my best is. 6 assault jackpots. 300,000. 1 assault from all sides of 1 vault letter. 750,000. Total bonus is 1.3 million. 4 million. This was my best. I'm happy. Okay, 4 million.
You have been terminated. Have a nice day.
And that's Safecracker, a really unusual table, one that I quite like, but if you don't like it, I quite understand it. It's not your standard pinball machine, but as for me, I do like it because it is different. And I just like playing to see if I could get a magic token. And it was pretty much that way when I played it in real life as well. Also, since it's the end of the video, there's a bunch of cleanup I have to do. Now, normally when I record this kind of end of the video commentary, it's when I've put the entire video together and I've kind of watched it and I'll kind of put in my final comments. But there was so much I wanted to say about Safecracker that I skipped a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just going to kind of clean up 4 main points right now. Now, firstly, during the whole video, I didn't mention that this game doesn't go by the standard 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball. Instead, the whole game is on a timer, and as you play, you earn more time. But once the time is up, if you lose the ball, that's the end of the game, and that's the way the game works. Now, that's the main thing that I forgot. The rest of it are kind of glitches or weird stuff that I've seen playing this in Pinball FX3 that could potentially be fixed in the future. And the first one is that the physics in the arcade mode are a little bit wonky, I've noticed, especially near the top of the rollover lanes. Especially when you do the getaway car and the ball bounces back up and down, back and forth between the rollover lanes. In the arcade mode setting, the ball sometimes seems to accelerate like almost infinitely and goes really crazy sometimes. And I'm sure you might have noticed that during this video, but actually I was playing this really recently and the ball accelerated so fast it kind of shot through the wall. It was kind of weird, so hopefully that gets fixed sometime soon. Another thing that I noticed is that when you play the board game, there are 2 spots on the board game that are the wrong color. You notice that some of the spots are yellow and some of them are red. Well, the Cyber Dogs are normally red, but one of the Cyber Dogs is actually yellow, and there's another spot, I can't exactly which one it is exactly. I think it might be a random chance spot. I think it's red instead of yellow, so there's hopefully that gets fixed as well. And then the final thing kind of deals mostly with Assault on Vault. Now, in Pinball Arcade, when you played Assault on the Vault, as you're playing that, you could kind of see with the game board in the upper right-hand corner when you played it in Pinball Arcade, but you don't get that in Pinball FX3. And not only that, during multi-ball, the camera's locked, so you can't look up at the game board anytime while you're playing as either. So while you're playing Assault on the Vault, you have no idea how close your teams are to the vault. I mean, it might not be that big of a deal, you're just going to play anyway, but it'd be nice if we could see that during the gameplay. So, again, those are all things that could potentially be fixed in the future, and hopefully those adjustments are made with a future update. But for right now, as of the making of this video, that is the state of things, and I'm recording this probably 2 or 3 weeks before I'm posting this video. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about Safecracker. So, if you made it this far and you did like the video, remember to like the video. If you made it this far and you haven't yet subscribed yet, why not subscribe? Because I do have plenty of videos just like this on my channel, Pinball FX3, Pinball Arcade, and Zaccaria Pinball, with many more videos to come. Thanks for watching.